Hi guys, today I'm going to show you how to play CPMA on the newer Apple M1 through 3 Macs, the Apple Silicon ones. So if you guys have played before on Windows, you probably use the C&Q3 launcher, which is a really quick Direct3D, DirectX 11 app, but unfortunately that does not play nicely on Mac. I couldn't get it to work with D3D Vulkan, wont, or even crossovers. Compatibility layer just would not work. Even though it's cross-platform and open source, it's just can't build it for the right architecture. You would never get past the compiler macros, even if you ask to make file really nicely. It's just not how computers work. And the existing way to play Quake 3 cross-platform IOQ3 was just slow. It had a really bad OpenGL render, and it was laggy with a lot of input delay. So I'm going to show you guys how you can play the fastest possible way, which involves compiling from a custom engine called Quake 3E, and I'm going to show you guys how to set it up. If you don't want to compile it, you could skip over that part. We'll end up with the same files in the end. So let's get started. Before I go over what you guys need, if you're watching from Fulton, New York, there's a couple of things that prerequisites that you'll need in order to, first of all, use the computer and also know what the computer is. So I'll link the video, top right corner. Watch this, come back, and then you can train up your knowledge with some of these worksheets that I've resourced myself. So yeah, that only applies if you're from Fulton, New York. Okay, so the first thing that you need, whether you're compiling it or just going to run it from the precompiled binary, is the Linear VULKAN SDK. This comes with wont VK, which will run the game. It's pretty big. I've already downloaded it, so I put the link in the description for you guys. After it's done, you could just run this and install it. The next thing that you guys should do is move in the pack files into the base Q3 directory. Packs come with the game that you bought, as well as the CPMA mod, which you can get from the website. The CPMA folder goes in the root of the installation, and the maps also go into base Q3. So I'm going to quickly show you how to organize it. Here's the root folder. Here's my base Q3 folder. Now I'm going to download the mod and the maps from these two links. They're done. Here's the CPMA folder. That goes here. This is still downloading, so I'll skip ahead a bit. Okay, now that that's done, extract it. Here are the maps. I'm gonna put the maps into base Q3. So now that you have the CPMA maps, you can drop in base Q3 your original Quake that you own, as well as any maps that you want to install. So I have a few already from my other installation. These packs 0 through 8 are all they all come with your game. You might not have any of these ones. Just gonna move that to base Q3. I'll just replace the CPM ones. A quick note, if you don't have the pack 0 or you need a key, you can get it from Steam or GOG. There's some weird key file that they used to use, but it's now depreciated, and it asks for 16 characters. You could just put in any combination of A, S, and D in that, and I'm pretty sure it will work, and you can connect online with it as well. Anyways, now that we have all the base game as well as the mod, we're ready to install the custom engine. For that, I'm going to show you how to compile it. It's the fastest way to play the game. If you don't want, you could get the precompiled binaries and skip ahead, because there's quite a few things that you need to install and use the terminal for. So go to the timestamp here. Okay, if you guys want to compile it, you need a couple of things. First of all, you need the C-Lang GCC Mac compiler, which I don't think comes with. So you're gonna have to download it. I'll just run the commands for you guys so you could see. It's just xcode-select -install. I've already got it. You also need a package manager, since Mac does not come with one. You can use homebrew. It's the only one I think you'll ever need. You can use it to install these three. This is SDL2. It gives you hardware accelerated graphics. You need it at compile time. So you can run them. You can already see that I've got them. Next up, you need the actual files. If you don't have Git in the command line, running this is the same thing as just downloading the code as a zip folder, and it will plop into here. So here's the same thing that you got from the GitHub link in the description. So here's what that looks like. Just go to the GitHub and download zip. I've already downloaded it, so here it, oops, a lot of files. Yep, here it is, and you should notice this folder here is the exact same one that I am looking at here. I just renamed it, and we need to make it. All you need to do to make a file is just open the folder, click 3E it's called, and then type make. There's a couple of other things in here. There's make.sh. This is for the universal binary. It's cross-platform and x86, but couldn't get it to work. At least opening the app file and adding the mod to the package contents, I just could not get it to recognize the mod that way. It would be nice to have it as an app and to use it with Spotlight Search, but gonna have to suffice to just launching the binary itself. Alright, so now you're done. You should have this build folder. You should have this, oh, there it is. These files, you drop them into the quick root directory like this. So it should look like this. See, they're matching. This is the one that I already had installed. You won't have some of these folders if you just download the precompiled ones. And yeah, that's all. You could go ahead. We don't need to clean it. We actually moved it. I'm going to quickly talk about how to do it with the precompiled binary, so you can skip to this time step if you just watch this part of the video. Okay, to get the precompiled engine, all you have to do is go to the link, download the release for the appropriate system that you have. For me, it's this one. Alright, now that I've got it downloaded, all I have to do is extract it and then move these folders, the contents of this folder into the root of my installation. So you can see that I already did that because I just went over how to compile it. Don't worry if you don't have any of these folders. These ones only you only get if you build it yourself. Okay, so lastly, now that we've assembled the game, pack files, the mod maps, the custom engine, if you compiled it, you did even more stuff, we just need to start the game. So how do you start the game? Well, you can just double click it and try. If your terminal supports that, I use a different terminal though. Otherwise, you might have better luck just dragging the file in to the terminal and starting it. Or if you know how to execute things from a terminal, you can start with the script or double clicking. I'm not sure if you're allowed to double click on the normal terminal, but you might not be able to do it. If you're not able to run it out of the box, well, we're very past out of the box at this point, I guess, but if you're not able to run it double clicking, and it says it's broken or you're not allowed in this context, you might have to first give the file that you compiled or downloaded permission to execute with chmod plus x and then the name of the file, and you might also have to remove the quarantine tag that Apple adds to things that you get from the internet. So just do xattribute -d for delete, and then from the name of the file that you're launching. The syntax for the version or for the engine is the -render and then .architecture. So yours might look a little differently if you download a different version or compile a different one. Alright, lastly, the game will not open still. You might have to export some variables and put them in your bashrc or xrc file, or start the game with this variable. I've seen some people that I know that have gotten this to work use this, but I don't need to use it. I think the SDK already links to the library properly from wont, so either way, I'm just going to go over it because I'm not sure, and then I'll show you my RC file. So here's what I did. Just add these 3 lines, 1 here, 2, and then 3. And you maybe add this one. I would just add them. It's a last resort. If you can't launch the game, that's my best guess as to what is missing, because again, I don't know if the SDK does it for you in your RC file. I'm not sure because I installed it a while ago. Anyways, hopefully you've made it this far. We're ready to just start the game up. like this. It might be a little bit loud, I'm sorry. You can also pass launch options with plus if you're starting it from the terminal. Yay, it launches. We can see in the mods that we have CPMA. We load it. Play online. We can see all the servers. Yeah. Just check really quick in the bottom right of the console. That's the right engine, and we're ready to play. One last thing, since Q3E is technically a version of IO Quake 3, some of the graphics commands are different, and they have their own website for that I'll link in the description when you're making your config. So I hope you guys had no trouble setting that up. It was pretty easy. Just kidding. I thought I would make this video because it's kind of challenging to install this, and unless you know somebody that does it already, you might not know what to do. Anyways, if you have any comments or questions, put them below. I'll see you guys later.